Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel again today. So, I'm sorry to say this, I'm going to be moaning about the Labour Party again. Because they just can't resist having a good old fashioned bit of sleaze. You know, we should actually start calling them the Conservatives, to be honest. Because there's always a bit of sleaze coming out from the Labour Party. And yet again, it's good old Jess Phillips from the Home Office. So, big question is, what's she done? Well, in some respects, it's nothing that major. You know, she ain't committed any criminal offence or said anything awful. You know, like for instance, our Foreign Secretary that likes to make a few comments here and there. So basically what she's done is she's currently being investigated by the Parliament Standards Watchdog for failing to register an interest on time. But the problem is, this isn't the first time this has happened that she's been investigated. It's the third time, right? Third time in 3 years. Now, the underlying problem with this is if you have an interest, say for instance you've got a second job, as an example, you have 28 days to report it to your bosses at Parliament. So it's not like you've only got a couple of days or anything. You have 4 weeks to report it. And she failed to. It took her 30 days. Okay, so that's where the fundamental problem is. And obviously back in May 2022, she was found to have done it 18 times late. And obviously this is in regards to a lecture she did at the University of Bristol. So it's nothing major or anything. Okay, but the question is, how many opportunities do you have to give somebody before you have to start taking action against them? You know, in any other work of life, if you was in the public sector or the private sector, you broke the rules 18 times, and obviously we're over 18 times now, you'd be sacked. You'd be out the door. And I'm not calling for her to be sacked at the end of the day. Well, I am, but I'm not. Okay. You know, she has to start being held accountable for her actions like any other person. Just because she's an MP doesn't give her a pass to keep on breaking the rules. And she knows she's breaking the rules. She even openly admitted for this latest incident where she's being investigated. And she's not the only MP that's being investigated. There's 3 other MPs currently being investigated. One other's Labour, one's a Tory, and one's from, I think it's from one of the Irish parties, to be honest, but I can't remember which party it is. So, what needs to be done at the end of the day? Because you can't keep on behaving like this, especially if you're in a ministerial role as well, where you seem to think that, sod it, I'll do what I like. I'll do it when I can be bloody bothered. The rules apply to everybody. And I'm sorry to say that, you know, and if she has to lose her job, so be it. Maybe she'll actually learn. Because at the end of the day, a lot of these Labour MPs are ruled to their own at the moment. And I don't want to see them ending up like, I remember the Conservatives of the 80s and 90s. You know, take a look at the Conservatives of the last Parliament. There's so much sleaze. It's unbelievable. And I say that as somebody who votes Conservative. You know. And the Labour Party at the end of the day, at the moment, they're turning into the Tories. You know, so let us know what you think should be done about her. You know, does she have to take a bit of accountability? Should she be sacked? Should she be suspended from her role? Should she be, put in the back benches? What do you reckon should be done about that? Because, you know, this is an absolute joke that somebody's been given this many chances, repeatedly breaking the rules, and still getting away with it. Now, you could arguably say it's the people that are supposed to implement the rules should be doing something, and they're just as accountable. So let us know what you think. But for now, thanks for listening. Obviously, if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe. I would appreciate it as per usual. But for now, we'll speak to you again a bit later.